Every Friday, 5:36. So let's.
And we're here from New Harbor, Maine.
That's cool.
About Pembroke Point. We're here to support the Occupy Wall Street movement, and I'm particularly concerned about the redistribution of wealth that has happened in the last 40 years. With wealth accumulating on the top of the economic scale.
Yeah, I heard a thing about, what you...
For me personally, I wanted to go to Occupy Wall Street when I first heard about it, but I'm just not able to make it down there because I'm working, I live here, I need to stay here. So I'm happy to see there's people doing things in solidarity with the movement right here in my hometown.
I was talking to a coworker and she asked about the 99% pin that I had, and she didn't know what that was. When I told her it was from Occupy Wall Street, she said, I don't know what that is. So I feel like it's really important for us to be out here because there are still people who don't know what's going on.
Right. The news isn't covering it as much as they should, so we need to make it known.
Yeah, we need to.
I feel very supportive of the Occupy Wall Street movement. I've reached the age where going to New York and sitting there overnight in tents it aches my bones too much. So
got lots of noise from the cars there.
Yeah, lots of noise. I'm that supportive. And, I want to be here because I think that the power and money, we don't have a democracy anymore. It's not of the people, by the people, for the people. We have a corporatocracy, which controls the politicians, it controls the banks, it controls Wall Street, and it's not sustainable. And we're all going down, including them. Statistically, economic inequality makes people sick. It makes it's not sustainable because people can't work. They're not healthy physically, and if the 99% are failing physically, mentally, socially, the 1% they can't survive either. But they're so greedy they cannot see that what they're doing is hurting themselves. And I'm here to support this historic movement. I really feel as if it's here to stay until things change back again. I think our generation visited it upon the younger generation, and it's the younger generation that has come together in New York. It was started by the Arab Spring. 40 years of dictatorship. Life wasn't worth living, and it's a ripple effect. It's a domino effect around the world, which life is, if you have no home, no job, no income, nothing, everything's taken away from you, it can't get worse. So, there's a lot of a percentage of the 99% that's happened to. And I have a house, I have a car. I'm comfortable, but I'm here, I'd rather be uncomfortable supporting the people who have lost that. I love this country, but we're going down, and I'm not willing to let that happen. My one person, I will do what I can, so.
I'm a junior at Bowdoin College. I've been socially active for a couple of years, and knowing that Occupy Wall Street is going on and that Occupy Brunswick has come to my front yard, I guess you could call it, it would be to me wrong not to show my support for the rest of everyone that I know that is part of the 99%. I'm here because I am the 99%.
Great.
I'm out here because I think that as a nation we've taken the wrong path, we've lost our way, and we need to reestablish what this country is about. in a positive way. We are just people trying to voice our concerns about what's going on. The money, corporations, financial institutions, the money power in this country controls what we do, foreign policy-wise, education-wise, job-wise, and we're moving in a bad direction, and it's throwing a lot of people by the wayside.
A bigger divide between the rich and the poor. Wait, less of a divide. Less of a divide. Less of a divide.
One of the things I love about all the occupations is that it highlights the really big question. Who controls our resources? Who benefits from the policies that are wrecking our economy? I don't think we have to have a laundry list of demands. I think the young people who started this have a lesson for us about looking at the big picture. We can't solve any of this if we don't go where the money is and if we don't stop the wars.
There's something fundamentally wrong with the system of government in this country when it allows just a small percentage of the people to benefit from it. We have an obligation as a community, as a nation, to take care of everybody in this country, to care for those who are less fortunate. Yeah. And in terms of health care, to make sure that everybody has access to health care. That's a moral obligation that we have and that we are not following. Many, many people in this country, and the system just does not encourage that. And just about anywhere else in the industrialized world, they undertake that obligation, and we don't. And that's the problem here, and that's what's coming to the surface, that there are a lot of people left out here in this country, and we have to do something about it, and it's going to take some kind of fundamental change in this country to make sure that happens. It's more than just attitude. This is going to take something, a fundamental change in the way we govern in this country. We're going to have to get to address the problem of money in politics. That's an issue that is going to have to be addressed constitutionally.
I'm here today because I believe in the cause. I believe that the income inequality in this country has gone too far. I believe that Wall Street and the corporations have undue influence in Washington, D.C., and that politicians are beholden to these corporations and not beholden to the American people. I'm here because I'm a part of the 99%, and I believe that in a democracy we need to fight back. And I'm very hopeful, and I hope that you join us. So, thank you.
So, but what is our goal of what we're doing here today and what we hope to do in the future in Brunswick here, or Vast Brunswick, in this group? What is the goal of what we want to do?
Call attention to what we're saying. So I think make people think.
Aware. Start with that. I think we saw a lot of faces go by today that looked puzzled or even upset with us, and so I think as we are public education, we need to expand on that through using the media any way we can.
Thank you.
And, I started Occupy Bowdoin a week ago.
Yes.
And so far I have about 50 people on my email list.
Cool. Wow.
And I want to get them down here.
Awesome.
I want to get the young people, the college-age activists to come out and support the cause. On that note, I know it's about 2.5 weeks away, but on November 29th at Bowdoin College, we're going to have a giant rally with kids from Maine, Colby, Bates, with professors and members of the ACLU, and we would love people to come and talk about this and decide where we can go from here. So I will be getting more information on that.
What day is the 29th?
The 29th is a Tuesday, and it's at 4 o'clock in the afternoon.
Okay.
And what
at
can
Bowdoin
we do
College.
What can we do to support your occupation?
Well, you can show up on the 29th. Yes, it's at Sells Hall at Smith Auditorium on the 29th, and we anticipate a couple of hundred people.
What time of day?
It's at 4 p.m.
Sorry, thank you.
And if we spill out into the quad, we can make speeches and we can really embolden the cause. And I think this is what we need to do. We need to get people passionate and excited, because once we engage with people, then we can get our message out. And we all have different ideas, but once we begin engaging and discussing, I think this is when we can actually make change. So I hope to do that.
Bravo! If those people who have access to blogs and other websites and the Occupy Brunswick can put that information on their sites so that other people besides us know about it, that would be helpful as far as getting people in.
We hope to make this a big deal with people coming from Portland, coming from Bangor. We want this to be a rallying call for the community.
29th at 4 p.m.
At 4 p.m.
Union.
Smith Hall.